for a secret weapon to completely supercharge your career in tech, then let me tell you, this is it. Today, we're going to break down how contributing to open source can be the single most powerful thing you do for your own professional growth. Okay, let's just stop and really dive into this because this one sentence, it changes the entire game. For a minute, just forget about the traditional resume, that piece of paper. In the tech world, what you've actually built, your real, tangible work out in the open on platforms like GitHub, that speaks so much louder than any bullet point you could ever write. And the playground where you can build this new resume, well, it's absolutely massive. We are talking about over 128 million open source projects on GitHub alone. And look, that's not just some big, scary number. It's a universe of opportunities just waiting for you to jump in and prove what you can do. But hang on, before we get ahead of ourselves and jump into how to contribute, we need to build a really solid foundation. What are we even talking about when we say open source? It's actually beautifully simple. Open source software is just code that's, well, it's out in the open. The blueprint, the source code itself, is public. Anybody can see it, use it, suggest ways to make it better, and even share it. It's all about collaboration and being transparent. And here's the thing you might not realize. You're already using open source all day, every day. That Firefox browser you might be watching this on? Yep, open source. Linux, the operating system that powers a huge chunk of the internet? Totally open source. That VLC player that can handle any video file you throw at it? All of it was built by a global community of volunteers. Now, this is a huge one. We have got to clear this up right now. You do not have to be a coding genius to contribute. Seriously, so many projects are desperate for help with things like improving their documentation, fixing simple typos, translating text, or even helping with the design. Just answering questions for other users in a forum, that's a valuable contribution. Every little bit really, really helps. So when you land on a project's homepage, it can look a little confusing. How do you find your way around? Just look for these 4 key files. The README file, that's your instruction manual. The contributing file is the rulebook. The license tells you all the legal stuff. And the code of conduct just makes sure everyone is respectful. Reading these is your first step to being a fantastic contributor. All right, foundation is built. Now for the really exciting part, the clear step-by-step roadmap to making your very first open source contribution. This is it. This is the #1 question that stops people dead in their tracks. I mean, with 128 million projects, the choice alone can feel paralyzing. But don't you worry, there's a system for this. Honestly, the best place to start is with software you already use and love because you already get why it's valuable. That's a huge head start. But if you're looking for something new, use GitHub's search filters. Search for tags like Good First Issue. These aren't just suggestions. They are a direct invitation from the project's creators. They're literally saying, hey, we've set these tasks aside specifically for newcomers. They are made just for you. And here it is. The entire system in 6 simple steps. 1. Find an issue you can handle. 2. Read the rules. 3. Claim the issue, just leave a comment. 4. Fork and clone the code. 5. Make your change in a new branch. And finally, 6. Submit a pull request. That's your formal way of saying, hey, I made something cool, want to add it? That's the whole workflow. Okay, let's quickly clear up step 4, because this one trips a lot of people up. Forking is making your own personal copy of the project up in the cloud on your own GitHub account. Cloning is when you download that personal copy to your actual computer so you can open the files and start working. So you fork it once online, then you clone it down to your machine. Simple as that. As you're making your changes, just always remember this. You are a guest in someone else's project. Be thoughtful, be considerate, follow the rules and the style they've already set up, respect the work that came before you. So, you've submitted your pull request. Now what? Well, now you wait. The project maintainers will review your work. They might ask for some changes. This isn't a test, it's a conversation. It's not criticism, it's collaboration. So embrace the feedback. A positive attitude is just as important as writing perfect code. Making that first contribution is a massive milestone. It feels great. But the real magic, the really life-changing stuff, happens when you stick with it. So let's talk about the long-term payoff here. And let's be absolutely clear, this is so much more than a hobby. You're getting free mentorship from developers who have been doing this for years. You're building a public portfolio that any recruiter can see. You're networking with a global community. This is how you unlock doors to career opportunities you never even knew were possible. This right here is the ultimate career accelerator. Think about it. Coursework is fundamental, for sure. Personal projects show you have initiative, but contributing to a real established open source project, that proves you can collaborate, that you can navigate a big code base, and that you can deliver real value. For a lot of recruiters, that is way more valuable than a personal project or even an internship. We started with that massive number, 128 million. And it's not meant to be intimidating, it's meant to be inspiring. Your next